Hello, my name is Laika Masuku. I am the granddaughter of Dorothy Masuka. Most of my podcasts and YouTube videos are about preserving her legacy and talking about her journey through my eyes and meeting the people she might have encountered along the way. I am here today with JB Arthur. I am going to read a little bit about his career. This is literally just like 5 seconds about his career. A musical journey. This is from his website, which I'll put in the description below. South African Music Award and Emmy Award-winning composer, musical arranger, and Grammy Award-winning music producer. JB has made music his life, working across all musical disciplines and along some of South Africa's and the world's greatest artists. JB's attention to detail and high industry standards have proven a winning combination to every project he engages. We are here at the Joburg Theatre. He's currently working on a music concert happening this weekend. So, thank you so much. So
That's fine.
It's fine. So
That's
he says to not call him sir,
Just don't call me sir.
which is difficult because my African roots are just like you can't call him by his name. But I guess
But you can.
okay. JB.
Yeah.
How did it start? Who are you? How did this music thing start? How did you even get involved? How did you get to where you are now? Let
me say that I've always been a singer, and singing is my core. That's where I came from. And it's funny. I was sitting with Temekos Mavimbela recently, just a couple of days ago, and found out that he grew up in Numbi in Mpumalanga.
Wow.
And my parents brought me here. They came as missionaries. I didn't have much choice.
Okay.
In 1964.
Okay.
I was 5 years old. And the very first place we went to, within days of arriving here, was a place in Numbi.
Wow.
Called the D.D. Freeman Bible College.
Wow.
And they went there for a district conference.
Okay.
And it was there, in that place, when I was 5 years old, that I first heard African choral singing.
Wow.
And you know, with a district conference, each church would come and each one had their choir. And so the choir from Bushbuck Ridge comes up, then the choir from White River comes, and then what. And I heard about, I don't know, 30 or 40 choirs that came up and sang a few songs. And I remember that so distinctly because that sound just went like almost into my soul.
Wow.
As a 5-year-old,
wow.
I was not aware
of that
clearly. At the time. But when I look back, it was a very significant moment for me. And so that's where my journey really began, even though I wasn't aware
of what was happening at the time. Yeah.
Because I got my first guitar only when I was 16, and so I was playing in a band and blah, blah, blah. And then I went professional, started performing as a professional musician, just playing in bars and things for about 3 years. And then I, through circumstances in a band that I was involved with called Morocco, everyone in the band was much older than me, and they were all top session musicians.
Yep.
So they were in the recording studios all the time, and I got involved in session work as a singer.
Yeah.
And things happened quite quickly then, and all of a sudden I was singing background vocals on what became some historical recordings, like with Prakefus, Semenya, and with Brenda Fassi and Yvonne Chaka Chaka. Worked with Om Kaoli, and all across the spectrum.
Yes.
It was such an exciting time because in the early 80s, this was 1980 that I started working in studios.
Yeah.
And that time in this country was a really exciting time for music because there was so much music being made and so many iconic songs came out of that time.
Yeah.
And for me, looking back, it was I mean, I can't even remember half the recordings I sang on, because we would run from RPM Studios to EMI to Gallo in Kirk Street, and then back to Audio Arts and Universal and Satbell, and we were just between all the studios every single day. Excuse me. And it was in that context that I met and worked with so many wonderful, amazing people, and who became very good friends, like Ringo Madlingozi, Aaron Maisa, Ken Tully, Victor Antoni, Joe Mafela, who you know, and all these people were around. Ray Piri at the time. I was in many sessions with them and the guys from Sakile, Nana Coyote, all those people were always around.
That's amazing.
Weston Corsi was always in Studio One at RPM making great records. And they were very exciting times, and for me, I was like a sponge. I just wanted to learn and fortunately, I was given opportunities to sing. Because that's what I am. I'm a singer. And so, as a singer, I came to very quickly understand and appreciate the value of songwriting of songs. And so I think that also contributed to developing my sense of how important it is, because I would be in a session and I'd be watching the producers and the engineers and seeing what they do and what worked, and I started thinking to myself, you know, I'd love to do that too, you know, because it's just intriguing. And then one day I was in a session with Marley Kelly and Maney Riviere. And Maney said to me, she had just signed a new record deal with Moonshine Records, Ian Furr, who I think were also at the time Abrakefis and Leta's label. And Maney said to me in a session one day, she said, I've got I'm about to record a new record. Would you produce it? And I was a baby. I was like 23 or something. And I said, yeah, why not?
Talk about opportunity meeting preparation. You had been preparing for this by taking it all in and watching.
So we made this record called It's Honest, and it was the first, I believe it's the very first Afrikaans pop album ever made. Because everyone was singing like a Fufi.
Yes, of course.
All that stuff.
That's true.
And that was the popular Afrikaans music at the time. And she was a very popular artist. And she got hammered for it. I mean, the record sold about 3 copies. And then 20 years later, a good friend of mine, Connie de Villiers, said to me at an award ceremony, he said to me, we hadn't seen each other in a long time, and he said to me something that just was a wow moment. He said, you know, we just spent the whole weekend at the farm listening to It's Honest. I said, what? I mean, this record's now 35 years old. He said, you know, that was the most important Afrikaans record ever made.
That is amazing.
And I went, what? No, I mean, it sold about 4 copies. But that is those moments have said to me that songs are important. That it's important to say what you have to say when you need to say it. And that has been one of the big drivers in my whole career, and has drawn me to projects and artists who work more from a platform of honesty and consciousness, rather than purely to make records that are going to be great hits and sell and make lots of money. haven't made lots of money in my life, but you know, but I've managed to stay alive, and for almost 50 years, I'm still standing.
Yes.
And I've never done anything else, and I can't do anything else. I don't know how to do anything else.
Yeah. It's amazing that you've never had a plan B outside of music. It's so chaotic. It's so difficult. It's so like the seasons are never. Never thought. Let me get a 9 to 5.
I told my parents I had a plan B, but it was a hit and hope, you know, because they were just obviously concerned. Because they left the country when I just finished high school. They went back to the US.
Yeah.
They're based on furlough for 2 years.
Yeah.
And from there they went to Kenya for 10 years, and they, you know, so they were reassigned. I was barely 18 years old, and I begged them to let me stay. And my parents said, my mother said, you can stay if you go to university and get a degree.
Oh, okay.
So I managed to get into Wits.
Okay.
I did very well in high school, and I said, okay, I want to do medicine, but at that stage all the places were gone. So I got in the back door. I registered for BSc.
Oh, okay.
So I could then hop over to medicine after 2 years.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people did, and so I'm 6 months into my
your BSc,
my BSc, and playing in a bar in Rosebank, in the Rosebank Hotel, 6 nights a week.
Wow!
So I could pay for my clothes because I had scholarships for my studies. But I had to buy clothes and food and
textbooks, whatever. Yeah.
And 6 months in, I got a call from my agent who said, listen, I've got a 3-month residency for you in Durban. Do you want to go? All expenses paid, you live in the hotel, everything, all your food's provided.
Wow.
I went, is the Pope Catholic? And unfortunately, that was the end of my academic career. And I think that was the day my mother got on her knees, and she was on her knees for about 10 years, I think.
Wow, praying for you.
and she only got up, I think, the first time I showed them a clip of me performing live on television. And okay, he's going to be okay.
Wow. He managed. It's all right.
Yeah, no, it's hard. It's hard for parents.
I can imagine.
It's hard for parents.
They came here as missionaries. You went the opposite direction. You went into music. You were doing all of these things. You dropped out of you. It was like, my son, is he going to be okay? But it was worth it. It was worth it. And it was your calling too. I think it was. It just kept dragging you from the time you were 5 years old.
We all have a calling. Every one of us has a calling in life, and I certainly believe that. And I also know who's got my back.
That's true.
And for that, I have, and that has been something that has kept me in the business even through hard times.
Okay.
Is knowing that I know there's something on the other side of that black curtain.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah.
On the other side of this dark cloud, there is sunlight,
okay.
And that's been a very important thing in my life too.
Wow.
That has kept me centered and kept me moving.
Okay.
Kept me moving and believing.
Everything it's faith-based. However, whatever you believe.
Yeah.
But you have to believe in order to.
Because things don't always work out the way you think they will.
Yeah.
Things hardly ever work out the way you'd like them to.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you think, oh, okay, if I do this, then this and this and this is going to happen.
Yeah.
Excuse me. But then that and that and that happens.
Yeah.
With a few what and what's in between.
Yeah.
And then you go,
that's
what?
True.
But then at the end of all of that, you look back and you go, okay, so that was for me to learn this lesson and that lesson and that lesson.
Yeah.
And those are the important things, because those are the things that make you a better person and a more informed professional.
Yeah.
And that's B. And C, give you things to hand on to others and teach and share.
Yeah.
Because that's what this business is about. It's about sharing.
Yeah.
We share what we've experienced through our songs.
Yes.
Our songs are reflections of where we have been, who we've met along the way.
Yeah.
Our passion for our people, our passion for our culture, our passion for freedom, our longing for belonging, etc. All of that is part of who we are as musicians, as creators.
Yes.
And all of that comes together in a sense of community. Because all of us are in the same community, no matter where we grew up, no matter what the circumstances, no matter what music we create, we are all part of the same community. And most of us want the same things. We want to make people's lives better. By sharing where we've been, like I said, where we've been, what we have, and the things that we observe in society and the world, and also speaking our hopes and dreams into the future. That's true. All of those things are communicated through the music that we create. That's true. And it's a privilege. I still, after almost 50 years in the business, I still wake up every morning feeling like I am flippin' privileged to do what I do. Wow. And it's amazing. It's a blessing.
It never gets old.
Never gets old.
Okay.
No, I mean, I'm getting old.
I don't think so. I don't think so. You keep saying that like you look nice and young.
But it never gets old, and everybody who comes, no matter how old or young they are, everyone who comes with a new idea and something that I can make a contribution to, I'm there like a bear, because because of this sense of that for me, and I mean, you know, it doesn't happen overnight. Yeah. And it's I think it's part of growing up. As we grow, as we get older, as we progress in life. Yeah. What's supposed to happen, I think, is we're supposed to learn and expand our tent, our toolbox, our capacity for understanding the things that are most important and being able to communicate them. And even for me, listening to you, saying to me, I have a bunch of songs, and I'll say, okay, what are they about? Where do your songs come from? And you tell me your story. What's the story of your songs? You know? And you tell me the story. And my job as an arranger or producer is to tell your story in the most compelling way that's possible. That is responsible production. Wow. A lot of music these days, because of the advance of technology, and unfortunately, you know, AI is a very big part. Is going to be a big part of that going forward. But a lot of music, modern music, is not created, it's constructed. Oh. Music is constructed these days. Okay, that's very different. Where you take a loop from there and a thing from there and a little thing from there, and you stick the things together, and in 10 minutes you have a song. Yeah, that's true. And then you write a couple of words to it, and one melody that goes round and round and round. And that's really what they're doing. Boom, 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 and in half an hour you have a song. For me, the most important music, I believe, is music that comes from a deep place and is created. And that's the music that will last, that has the longevity of like your grandmother's songs that still stand, that are still relevant, that people are still looking to. We're performing them in the show in 2025. Exactly. We're performing some of your grandmother's songs.
For a career that started in 1953.
Exactly. Why? Because those songs came from from an honest place inside of her, from her experiences, from when she was in Zimbabwe or when she was there or there, and those are the songs, and that is the music that lasts.
Yeah.
You know, I think the constructed music is here today, and then 2 years' time, it's gone.
But the way the technology is, it's very interesting, because I can go into AI and be like, type a song, please write a song about a happy Monday and whatever, and I'll have a whole song, and I can, you know, produce it. And like you're saying, everything happens really quickly and really swiftly. You have a 50-year career, and have obviously done so much. From being a young, brave man, leaving your family, disconnecting from all that was familiar, and going, yes, sir.
No, don't call me sir.
Yes, JB.
I'm not knighted, remember?
Yes, not knighted, yes, JB, yes.
So, hold that thought, because I want to hear the rest of your sentence. Okay. But I do want to tell you that there's a very thin line between bravery and stupidity. Okay.
So you were on the ice.
So I don't know which side I was on.
Is that brave or played stupid?
I mean, we all like to think we're brave, but you know.
But
Anyway, carry on. No,
okay. So what was the turnaround in your career where you are now confident in your own ability? You've done so many things, but what was the point in your life as a creator for you, like, yes, I've mastered my art, I'm comfortable, there's no going back here? What was that breakthrough for you?
Okay. That's a very easy answer.
Really?
Because music, as you mentioned, is an art.
Yep.
And I believe that there's no such thing as I have mastered my art.
Okay.
Because you spend your whole life
working towards it,
trying to master your art.
You never arrive.
You never arrive.
Okay.
Because the day you say, I have mastered my art, you stop growing.
Okay. Okay.
When you say, I've become a master,
then
you stop listening. Because when I'm a master, all I do is talk. And you must listen. You must listen to me because I'm the master.
Okay.
You understand?
Yes, I understand.
So for me, I have not yet mastered my art. No.
Okay.
I'm still learning.
Continuous learning.
Continuously looking to make things better.
Okay.
And continuously looking for new and creative ways to say through your music or someone else's music, if you're producing, how to tell their stories, as I said earlier, in the best way possible, in the most effective way possible, in the most sympathetic and empathetic way possible, so that I'm telling your story. I'm not just, you know, there are a lot of producers who say, come to me, I'll make you a hit.
Yes. And
all of their records sound the same.
Yes, exactly.
They all have
different
the same. So I'm going to give you my sound, girl.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you my sound. You're going to be a star.
Okay.
And what do you think? Oh, wow, that's so cool.
Of course.
And this is a famous producer.
Of course.
How can I go wrong?
Yes.
But you're going to sound like all of the other artists.
Yes. People are going to listen to my music like, I swear, I think I've heard this before. It sounds so similar. Yeah.
Those are the masters.
Okay.
Those are the masters. And look, let's not beat around the bush. I mean, those people have been much more successful than I might ever be. But for me, I think if I look back on every record I've made as a producer, I can't find any two that sound the same.
Wow.
And I think for me that
is so hard.
For me personally, that's successful producing.
Okay.
Successful in the way that I've done good.
Okay.
I've done good by you.
Yes.
If your songs sound different to anything else.
Yes.
But tell
my
your story.
and sound like me.
I haven't given you my sound.
Yeah.
I've helped you create your sound.
Yeah.
That's responsible producing.
Yeah. So my grandma she also did quite a few things.
Yeah.
How did you meet her? When did you meet her?
I met her in Kippies. In
Okay.
Kippies.
Yeah.
In the middle 80s.
Middle 80s.
Yeah, there was a lot going on then.
Yeah.
Clearly. And middle 80s was when I met probably my best friend in the world.
Okay.
Sibusiso Masondo.
Wow.
And we worked together in a band called Friends First.
Okay.
Which was a band that had people from Xhosa singer Victor Zulu, a guy from KZN.
Okay.
We had people from Hammanskraal.
Yeah.
We had people from. I was a performer in the band. We had Danilo Bridgens playing guitar. He came from a band called Taxi.
Yeah.
Like a whole grouping of different people.
Yeah.
And our basic message was to bring down fear.
Okay.
Because the regime at the time ruled by fear.
Yeah.
And ruled by fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
That was their biggest tool.
Yeah.
The fear of I'll put in you the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
And I'll put in you the fear of the unknown.
Yeah.
So me, as a white person, must know if I drive into Soweto, I'm going to get torn apart. Like if I got out of my car at the Lion Park, you know.
Yeah.
Because Soweto is a very dangerous, dark place,
Yeah.
and it's that fear of the unknown that kept us apart.
Yeah.
That kept people apart.
Yeah.
Apartheid.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was very successful.
Okay.
It was very successful.
Yeah.
Horribly so.
Unfortunately.
And so the message we brought through our group was just do one thing. Very simple thing. Mm-hmm. Go and make a friend on the other side of the divide.
Wow.
Make a friend on the other side of the divide.
Yeah.
If you live in
whatever
Rand Park Ridge,
yeah.
or one of the so-called white areas,
at the time, yeah.
Make a friend who lives in Mamelodi.
Yeah.
And go and have dinner at their house.
Yeah.
And see how you feel.
Yeah.
And see if you're in any danger.
Yeah, if you disappear.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And vice versa.
Yeah.
It was a very simple thing.
Wow.
But through that group, I mean, we were banned up the yin yang, and we had, like so many people, we were followed, and the special branch came to all our concerts and would stand at the back, come up to us after the shows and say, "We know where you live."
Really?
Oh, for sure.
Wild.
For sure. All my mail was opened, particularly bank accounts, because they maybe thought we were getting funding from Amnesty International, the terrorist organization.
Wow.
So that was it. But that's where, for me, it was just such an exciting time. There was so much going on. So much
happening.
And so much happened in Kippies.
The climate was changing.
Kippies was like the center of so many things.
Yes, that's true.
And that's where I met your grandma. That's where I met Tembium Charlie, one of our closest friends, to this day. Brian Kwela. Tandi Klaas, and all those people who were there around, involved, and just engaged.
Yep.
Engaged, and it was a very exciting time for me, and that's where I met your grandmother. I'm sure Victor probably performed with her at Kippies, because he was always there playing bass.
Playing bass,
And he worked with Alan, he worked with I'm sure he also played with your grandmother.
He did.
It was a long time back,
many shows.
Yeah, many shows. Yeah.
And
So
also
it was
was musical director for some of her performances.
For sure, yeah.
So,
No, Vic did a lot in from those days on.
It's true.
Yeah.
So, what kind of? For me, she was just go-go. Half the time, I didn't know what she was doing. Only as an older woman. Yeah. What kind of person was she? Did she respect the job? Was she a difficult person? Was she a diva? What kind of encounter did you have?
Look, in the early days, when in the kiddies days.
Yes.
I mean, Vic can answer that question for you better than I can.
Yeah.
But I just, from what I recall. Your grandmother was always very soft-spoken, very gentle, not demanding.
Yeah.
She took care of business.
Yes.
She wanted to make sure things were right, and yeah, she didn't have the. She didn't come across like she had mastered her art.
Yes, there's no mastering of your art.
There was no mastering of the art.
Yes.
And that's what I always loved about her. She was just Mom Dorothy.
Yeah.
She was just Mom Dorothy.
Yeah.
And that spoke to me.
Okay.
You know, those people speak to me.
Yes, of course.
And that even though they don't have to say anything, but just observing, just being with them, being in there, just where in the room where they're doing something or what.
Yeah.
And I was and that also naturally commands great respect.
Yes.
That is not demanded.
Okay.
That is not expected.
Okay.
That is not requested.
Okay.
It just comes naturally from who you are. That for me is a real artist.
Yeah.
That's a great artist. That's a real musician. And that's what I'll always feel when I think of your grandmother.
Okay. Now you're a producer and a composer yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm born into the music industry.
Yeah.
So what I know is what I've seen, the studio time, kippies, Doke House. I was always that kid in those environments.
Yeah.
You guys have legacy. You have music that you've produced. You have all of these things.
Yeah.
How do we educate ourselves? Because I feel like on the other side, the child of the musician, or how do I educate myself about music composition, royalties? How do I I'm exposed to it automatically, but how do I keep learning? And what's the first steps? I'm now dealing with the deceased estate, for example, because my grandma's late and she did all of these things that I'll never be aware of, because by the time I was born, she was in her 50s.
Yes.
How do I catch up with those 50 years? Is it having conversations? How do we stay informed in such a digital, modern, microwave generation?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, fortunately, in this super age of information, there's a lot of information you can find online.
Yeah.
In terms of procedures and legalities and things like that. There are always and there are organizations that you can go to from a music writer's point of view, like Samro, that have people there and have resources that they can share with you.
Yes.
In terms of advice, information, and how to administer your grandmother's catalog or a collection of recordings and songs, etc., etc.
Yeah.
And there are people in the business who care.
Okay.
There are. it's scary because there are other people in the business who might not care as much.
We've encountered both.
Yes, indeed. And one can only hope that you find the people who care, and care enough to really want to help preserve a legacy and make sure that the right things happen, and the right copyrights are protected, incorrectly, etc., etc. And again, getting back to this musicians' community ethic, is ask around. Ask around the musicians' community. That's where someone will say, "Hey, I had a good experience with this person." Or I had a really bad experience with that person and that person, or that publisher, or that whatever. Not that I'm not trying to say publishers are bad.
No. Whatever.
No.
Different experiences for each
There are
person.
different people. There are different kinds of people across the spectrum in every aspect of the business.
Yes.
Be it recording, publishing. The technical side, etc., etc. There are people right through the spectrum in all of those avenues. But there are a lot of good people. In the business, and the way we find those, I think the best way and the easiest way to find those people is to go to the community and people around you that you may have met or that you know, who are part of the musicians community. And like I said, they will tell you, good experience, that person, stay away from that person, call that person for this, call this person for this question, go to that, Samro or Capasso or whatever for mechanical rights questions or whatever. And there are ways to find the answers that you need. There are definitely ways. And then there's online resources as well. So between all of those, one as I said, one can only hope that in your case you can find the right people that you need to give you the answers to the questions
that I might have.
Yeah, for sure.
If you were to tell your younger self one thing, that would have, I don't know, influenced the way your life turned out or the way your life is unfolding right now, one life skill, because there's so many young people that want to be where you are right now. You're producing Maibui Africa, which is happening this weekend. You've done some Grammy Award-winning stuff. What would you tell your young self? What is that thing that you wish you knew that would have changed the way your life turned out, or would have influenced it much earlier, that you didn't have to learn through experience?
That's a difficult question to answer because I believe that the learning through experience is the best way to learn. If I'd known what I know now when I was my younger self, I may have derailed my career. But the two things that I would tell my younger self is persevere and believe.
Believe in yourself.
Persevere and believe in yourself and in the plan for your life. Whatever that may be, and whatever force you believe works in the universe, believe in that somebody's got your back. Perseverance and belief. I was very hungry as a youngster, and if anything, I would tell my younger self, get hungrier. Get hungrier. Hungrier for knowledge, hungrier for experience. hungrier for stories, hungrier for soul food.
Yeah.
You know, those are the things that are important. But you can't shortcut. And I wouldn't tell anybody, any young person, anything that would shortcut the value of progressively learning the lessons, the life lessons that shape who we can become as whatever we are called to do in the music business.
Yeah.
Those are the important.
So you believe slow and steady, not too quick. Pace yourself. Okay.
Totally.
Okay.
I have to confess, I'm still not a fan of the. I mean, I understand how it came about, but of the instant success.
Yep.
Paths that reality shows like Idols have provided.
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
In fact, I remember saying, the very first time, I think it was Mnet showed American Idol.
Yes.
My kids called me and said, Dad, come and look at this. Wow, this is so cool. And I watched a bit of it. And I said, no, this is wrong.
Yeah.
This is wrong. This can never work.
Oh, wow.
You know, this is something that is going to confuse things.
Oh, wow.
In the business. And I've never been a great fan, unfortunately. I mean,
each to their own.
As I of the concept. It's the concept.
Okay.
It's the idea that someone can go from here to there just like that without having to learn anything.
Okay.
And suddenly, but then where do you go from there?
Okay.
Where do you go from there?
Yeah.
Because you're celebrated as a star, as someone
already,
who has mastered alongside other people who have gone through that the long road.
Yeah, the grassroots
and here you're right alongside of them.
Yeah.
But you have no experience.
Yeah. And
you have no depth.
Okay. It's
emotional, creative, soul depth.
Okay.
That makes important artists.
Okay.
Yes, there are exceptions.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Of course, yeah.
And like I said, I don't want to. I mentioned one particular. There's so many talent shows where people go from washing dishes to becoming a great star.
Yeah.
But then the fact that it's become the norm in our society is something that dismays me.
Okay.
Put it that way.
Yeah.
Put it that way. Because while there are exceptions, there for the most part it's not right because it puts people out there at that level.
Yeah.
Where they believe I've mastered my art.
Yeah.
But I don't have. There's no depth. To it.
Yeah.
And that's not fair to this person.
To this person, that's the.
It's not fair to them.
That's true.
Because they're out there with.
In a world
it's just not fair.
That's very different.
That's what I believe. So anyway, for what it's worth.
That's true. And technology has changed. A lot has changed since you started in the industry.
Of course.
Technology. We have social media now, which is interesting. I'm grateful for social media because it has given us access to platforms like this, which was something that was not available before. You had to be hired by a broadcaster or have a. Now you can do it on your own and build on your own. So it's wonderful. How do you stay relevant with the changing times? You've seen it go from kippies to now where we are now as an industry, with technology, with AI, with even producing equipment, and it's all really different.
Yes.
How did you innovate? How did you innovate yourself as a creative, stay relevant to an extent where 50 years later you're directing a music show? That is obviously consistency, that's hard work, but how did you consistently be innovative in your own career?
Yeah, well, I think the basic tenets. Or let me first say this. In my business, I have to keep up.
Okay.
I have to keep up.
What does that mean?
Keep up with technology,
Okay.
new gear that's available
Yes.
to producers and engineers.
Yes.
I've done a lot of engineering. I've engineered a lot of the albums that I've made as a producer or co-producer. And obviously on the technical side, there are a lot of advancements. There's also, but in terms of equipment, there's still a lot of call for some of the old valve mic preamps that
Yes.
have that beautiful sound that the modern gear just can't recreate, etc. But in terms of the new advancements in particularly music software, recording software, I have kept up. I am using the latest versions of Pro Tools Ultimate. I use Logic Pro, the latest versions of Logic Pro to do my arrangements and writing and add certain elements to productions and map things out. I use the latest version of Sibelius Ultimate to write all of the music that people read in a show like this. I mean, this show is almost 4 hours of music. It's like 35-40 songs. And to keep track of that, you have to notate it. You have to notate it. So I do my musical arranging in Logic, and I have all the latest libraries and plug-ins, and I keep up with trends in the technology space in terms of particularly plug-in developments, so that I can, and I make use of them in production. Because there are tools available now that whereby you can get from A to B on a particular sound or track or performance a lot quicker than you could 10 years ago. Because somebody's just developed better algorithms or a stable of presets that you can use quite easily to manipulate or develop a performance or sound to create certain effects. To create certain atmospheric moods. A lot of modern music is centered around atmospherics, around the sounds that are going on in the background. Things that aren't even necessarily like synth pads or things that we would have used back in the 80s when all you had was and those kind of wonderful old analog synthesizer sounds. But now music has gone into a wonderful different arena where at its root you can have a song that's been recorded old school style, and then surrounding it could be this amazing atmospheric landscape that just underpins the beauty of the origin of the recording. And marrying all these elements is where kind of modern recordings are at. And for me, that's very exciting. It's very exciting. And it's very exciting to be able to have these resources to make use of, not to construct the music,
Okay.
but to enhance the music that you've created.
Okay.
And that for me is exciting. And so I keep up with it, not because I have to, but because I want to. You know,
that's different.
it's different.
That's very different.
Yeah, it's different.
Yeah.
And I think it's a very good position for any creative person to be in.
Yeah.
And to strive to be in,
Yeah.
is to want to progress.
Yes.
Because if you want to progress, and look, there's a lot to be said for people who have stayed with, like, this is my lane, this is my thing,
Yeah.
and that's honest.
Yeah.
And that kind of honesty is absolutely valid and absolutely an important part of all music and
Yeah.
all musicians.
Yeah.
So I'm not saying that everybody has to go there.
Yeah.
No, because that's not everybody's place to go.
Yeah.
But certainly as a producer, you need to want to go there.
Yeah.
Because it just gives you more resources.
Yeah.
More resources to be able to best tell your story,
That's
the story of your songs.
Yeah.
And that's all that that's all that it's about. And so to be able to do that and create recordings that are culturally relevant for the time, you should keep up.
Okay.
You should keep up.
Okay.
And I try as much as I can to keep up with all the, you know, I get 100 emails a day about new advances and a new plug-in. Oh wow, a new little thing here that you can use in conjunction with that, and I'll listen to a few demos and go, ooh, no, I could make use of that. Yeah, I'll buy it. Okay. And you're constantly buying software and subscriptions to,
And
you know,
so
everything's
many.
on subscription now, so you're suddenly paying like $70,000 a month for all of your
just to
all
keep
of your
up.
subscriptions, you know, to keep up.
Yeah.
But it's important, and
Okay.
I do it because I want to.
Okay. All right. You answered the question. My next question was going to be like, as a creative, my grandma was a catalog musician. She's long-standing. Her music is relevant today. As a creative, all of the people that are coming up, all of our young artists from the Amapiano, there's so much happening now. How do they stay consistent? But you've already said you have to keep learning, want to progress. You never arrive, you never master your art. So the takeaway from today is just like, thank you firstly for having the conversation with me.
Oh no,
And
absolutely.
secondly, parting words, anything that you want people to know about art, about consistency, about career, about longevity, about yourself, anything that you think you'd like to share?
Well, if you want to talk about consistency and longevity, I mean, in the past 3 years, I have done many live performances of your grandmother's songs.
Really?
That are, some of which are over 70 years old.
Yes, that's true.
Songs like Chimanga, Ginje,
Really?
Ningirikiri.
That's my favorite song.
Yeah. One of my favorite songs of your grandma, Makumet.
Really?
Makumet. Love it.
Oh.
Just
Wow.
Chimanga.
Wow.
That thing. We're performing 2 of her songs in this show.
Which songs are you performing?
Somandla.
So Manda si.
Yeah. And Kauleza. Kauleza, the #1 hit.
Yes, Kauleza.
Yeah.
Wow, wow,
so-
those are beautiful songs.
And Nonzokolo.
Oh, yeah, that's a
Ama Nonzokolo.
song. That's a song that made her. You know, she told me the story about Nonzokolo. She was from Bulawayo to Johannesburg, coming to boarding school.
Yes.
And she'd take the train to Johannesburg.
Yes.
And on the train, she'd hear that clicking sound of the train.
Right. Yeah.
And the sound inspired the song Hamba. Yeah, so
beautiful.
It's really amazing.
So I mean,
really amazing.
You talk about longevity.
Yeah.
That's longevity.
That's true.
That's longevity.
Yeah, that's true. She did say she never had a plan B, and I was like, you never had a plan B? The music industry is so tough. Sometimes we have caviar, and other times we have peanut butter sandwiches in the same career. But
some days you eat caviar, and some days you're eating peanut butter.
Exactly, in the same industry. But
sometimes without the bread, just a spoon.
Exactly, but you guys kept going through the
for sure
peanut butter.
For sure.
Reasons. Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
It's perseverance and belief. Belief. It's very important. And that's how longevity. Those are the best keys to longevity, I believe. You know.
Yeah.
And trusting.
Yeah.
Trusting. The one thing one of the most important things that I've learned. That fortunately I started learning very quickly in my career is to develop your instinct.
Okay. Always trust
and trusting your instinct.
Okay.
Or developing an instinct that you can trust.
Okay. It's scary
because for some people, if you can, some people trust their instincts, but they're not developed to the point where your instinct is trustworthy.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, as a young person, I think I've been a bad judge of character and not really trusted my instinct and ended up in situations I really could have avoided, but I didn't listen to that inner voice at the time.
Yeah, but that was a lesson.
Yeah. That
was a lesson, and that's how you develop an instinct that you can trust.
Yeah.
And being able to trust your instinct is one of the most important things in this business.
Okay.
Because so many decisions we make in this business is based on our instinct.
Yeah.
Someone comes to me and says, I've got a great offer for you, man. It's gonna change your career, it's gonna change your life. La 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 la. What does my instinct say?
Okay.
It might be amazing on paper, but something inside me just goes, hang on a minute.
Yeah.
That is instinct. And people have asked me for years, how much do we charge for the work that we do? Master classes and work. How do we charge for the work that we do?
Yeah.
My answer's always been the same. You charge as much as you can. Okay. Every day. As much as you can.
Okay.
Oh. You mean you just charge a lot? No. You charge as much as you can.
Okay.
Because one day you come to me and you say, I've got this project and blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
And my instinct tells me, okay, cool. This is going to cost you R500,000.
Yeah.
And you'll say, okay, that's a little more than I was expecting to pay, but okay, cool, let's go.
Yeah.
And then the next day, someone else, you, will come to me and say, I've got an album that I want to do, and it's this and this and this, and I know. The next day, you come to me and say, I've got some songs I really want to record.
Yeah.
And my soul center will resonate with that.
Yeah.
And I will tell you on that day, well, and you say, well, how much is it going to cost? Remember, I'm charging as much as I can.
Yeah.
And I will say to you, well, I'm going to do this for you for nothing. I'm not charging you a cent for this.
Wow.
Because I believe in what you wanted to do, and I know that you can't afford to pay me anything.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I won't say that to you, but I'll tell you, no, we'll just do it.
Wow.
I'll say, how much? No, we'll just do it.
Okay.
And that's a very important lesson.
Okay.
Very important lesson is trusting your instinct.
Okay.
In terms of being able to say, okay, for this thing, I need to charge that, and for this thing, I need to charge that, and for this thing, I need to maybe just pay the musicians. Please pay. Just if we could just cover the musicians. I'm not going to take anything.
Yeah.
And that's instinct.
Yeah. Being on the other side of the music industry, the truth is you're right about trusting your instincts and your intuition. But some of them are just hungry, to be honest. And some of the decisions are based on that.
Yeah.
And it's not really a thing of... sometimes it's the circumstances that make people make the wrong decision.
Absolutely.
Because it's shiny at the
I was
time.
going to say, probably 99% of all the worst decisions in history are made through desperation.
Yes. Yeah.
When we're desperate, we see life through a black curtain.
Yeah.
And it's very easy to make bad decisions when we're desperate.
Yes.
And that's not an elitist thing to say.
Yeah.
Because I've had times of when I've been desperate.
Yes.
And it's in those times that you need to be very careful with yourself.
Yeah.
And you need to take as much time as you can to just be kind to yourself.
Yeah.
Because desperation leads to many bad decisions, and decisions that people live to regret.
Yeah, that's true. As a creative, as someone who does podcasts myself, and obviously wanting this to go, I want us to learn. I think my generation, there's a gap. There's an education gap. There's a skills gap. There's something that we're missing, and you guys are like walking encyclopedias. But we don't know the information. We don't know the stories. We don't know the hard work and the sweat that goes behind half of the things that you do. So I want to tell your story, which is my story. Right?
Of course.
You're a creative in the music. My grandma's a creative in the music. That's I'm a product of
part of your
what
family,
you do.
your legacy.
Yeah, that's part of my legacy. What do you want me to ask people? What do you want me to learn? What kind of information should I get from people when I'm having these conversations? What do you guys want to impart to us?
Maybe some of the things I said right at the beginning of our conversation is that the most important art always comes from a place of honesty, integrity, and never fearing hard work.
Okay.
Never fearing hard work. In this society, in the 21st century society, in the social media society, everything must happen like that.
Yes.
For all of us.
Yeah.
I want something, but I want it like this.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to work for it.
Yeah.
I want to just go click, click, click. I want just with my two thumbs for 20 minutes and boom, it's done.
Yeah.
And we're becoming lazier and lazier and lazier and lazier. And notice what my hands are doing. As we're getting lazier, we are actually not progressing as a species. We're regressing. And all the technology, we're saying, oh, with the advance of technology, we're just going like this. But in so many other ways, we're going backwards.
Yeah.
And we need to keep a check on that.
Okay.
It's important to keep a check on that.
Yeah.
Yes, use the technology for what it's there for.
Yeah.
But be aware of the consequences of relinquishing your own responsibilities to yourself, to your history, to your family, to the things that are important.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you so much. This was wonderful. Thank you. I learned so much. Thank you.
Oh, wonderful.